Namaste. In this class, we're exploring inner flexibility. Outer flexibility, physical flexibility, is a wonderful thing, and certainly the practice of asanas helps to develop that, but inner flexibility is even better. It's even more important because it is the ability to adapt to change in our life. Some things we can change, some things we have to change in order to be okay with them being in our lives. Some people might think this is weakness, but really it's just the flip side of the same coin from willpower. Willpower, you could say, is the yang element. The inner flexibility is the yin element. We need both. We can't conquer all the circumstances of our life. And we don't need to conquer all the circumstances of our lives outwardly. We need to conquer inwardly how we react to those circumstances. And inner flexibility is what enables us to flow with the changes of life without losing ourselves. Now that's strength. To be able to change, to adapt to new situations, perhaps situations not of our liking, but without losing who we are. That takes a couple things. One, it takes a strong sense of who we are, a strong sense of our center, of the energy spine. We're going to be emphasizing that a lot in our practice, being in that center. It also takes non-attachment, the ability to let go of things as they come into your life and they inevitably go out of your life. Strengthen your center, and non-attachment will take us a long way toward perfect inner flexibility. So let's come into a sitting position for our practice. Badri will be assisting with our class. Sit upright with a straight spine, palms up in the lap, either out on the thighs or in at the junction of thigh and abdomen, however works for you to sit with a straight spine, a open belly, open chest. Close the eyes and lift your gaze slightly above horizontal toward the point between the eyebrows. And just let the breath flow, simple, easy, diaphragmatic breathing. Belly expands as you inhale, relaxes as you exhale, comes back in. Let's add to that the Ujjayi breath with a slight constriction at the back of the throat, so you impede the flow of air slightly, so there's a distant ocean roar sound on both the inhalation and the exhalation as you breathe through your nose. Still continue to breathe diaphragmatically. Let the torso do the work of your breathing. Don't be sucking the air in through the nose. Just let it flow in because of the work of the diaphragm and the rib cage. Ujjayi pranayama is a wonderful technique for making you more aware of the inner world, for drawing your awareness into the spine. See if you can help, that technique can help you follow the astral breath, rising as you inhale, descending the spine as you exhale. You feel it in the interior of your torso. Physical spine is in the back of the torso. The energy spine is in the center, just in front of the physical spine. And let's open the eyes once again. We'll return to this technique later. For now, let's warm up the body a little bit for our asana practice. Come up onto your knees and step the left foot out to the side. We're going to do a little side lunging here. Let's inhale, exhale, bend over to the side, knee ending up directly over ankle. Inhale back to upright. And exhale to the side. Inhale to upright. Third time, let's stay down. letting the whole pelvic region, inner hips, inner thighs open up. Keep your chest forward. And let's inhale and straighten the leg, toes off the floor, hinging at the left hip joint, come over to the side. So Bhadra and I will be your mirror images in almost everything we're doing here today. Let your spine stay straight. Try not to overcorrect with the head, dropping it or lifting it. Just keep it as an extension of the rest of the spine. And let's soften the left knee, inhaling, and come to upright, knees back together. Let's step the right foot out to the side. And again, inhale, exhale over to the side, inhale to upright. Exhale, side. Inhale, upright, chest forward. Exhale, side. Let's stay down for several breaths here. So many asanas need to get into this area of the body, the hips and the lower pelvic region. It's a wonderful place for getting into with this stretch as well as the other asanas, because this is a place where many of us hold our resistance to change. Our inner inflexibility can manifest as tension in the lower portion of the abdomen, in the hips. Let's inhale. Straighten the leg, toes off the floor, exhaling, tipping through the right hip joint over to your side, stretching through the back of the right leg. So we'll come back to opening this area time and again in our practice today. And let's soften the knee, inhaling, coming up. Let's come to a standing position. Let's do the circle of joy warm up. Bring the hands into the heart. Let's inhale, interlace fingers. Exhale, pressing palms forward. Inhale, lifting overhead. Exhaling, release hands behind. Interlace fingers. Inhale, lift chest and hands. Exhaling, stretch way out in front and back to the heart. And again, inhale, interlace. Exhale, forward. Inhale, reach to the sky. Exhaling, behind. Inhale, lift. Exhale, in front and back to the heart. One more time. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale overhead, and this time exhale to your left. And on inhale to upright, exhale to your right. Inhale to upright. Release behind. As you exhale, separate the feet. And let's inhale, lift the chest, lift the hands. Exhale, hinge forward at the hips. Let the spine relax down, back of the head. Release, crown release to the floor, arms coming overhead. Just let the shoulders open up. If you're holding unnecessary tension in the shoulders, let it go. Let it soften. And let's bend the knees, inhaling, reach up, release the hands, stretch overhead. Exhaling, relax arms down, step the feet back together. Just close the eyes. We're just doing a couple warm-up exercises here. We have a much more comprehensive warm-up regime on our website. We recommend that you go through that regime before each of these classes so that you can be even more ready for the practice. All right, let's start with a balancing pose. Balance really key to inner flexibility, to be able to maintain that center in the midst of whatever's happening in your life. We're going to do Ganapatyasana. Shift the weight onto the left leg. I'll do an easier version. Badri will do a little more advanced version of the pose. Let's inhale. Sweep the hands up overhead. Exhaling, bring the right leg back and the arms and chest forward. If you like, you can bring your hands out to the side like I have, or forward like Badri has. Keep the back leg very active, lengthening up through the back leg, lengthening forward through the spine, and breathe. All the little micro adjustments we need to make to keep our balance, that's just part of inner flexibility. Don't fight them. Don't think they shouldn't be happening. They should. Just flow with them. And let's inhale back to upright, stretching tall. Relax arms down to your sides. Close the eyes and just ponder that for a moment. Lift your gaze to the point between the eyebrows. All the little micro adjustments, not just in asana practice, but in life. If we practice making the small ones, the small accommodations for what life seems to want of you, it's so much easier to make the big adjustments. Let's do the other side of Ganapatyasana. Shift the weight to the right leg. And inhale, sweeping up. Exhale, left leg back and torso forward. Feel that every little adjustment you make is just an adjustment around your center. It reminds you where the center is. The breath flowing smoothly, silently affirm. I sail serenely through skies of inner freedom. I sail serenely through skies of inner freedom. And let's inhale, reaching up tall, stretch open. Exhaling, relax to Tadasana. Close the eyes, lift the gaze, and just let the breath flow easily through you. As we can learn to be free of things needing to be a certain way in our lives, life gets a lot easier. And you know something? Change is often a better thing than things staying the same. Well, let's step the feet wide apart now for Prasarita Padottanasana. I'll stand sideways to you. Bhadra will stand head on. Let's inhale and circle up. Overhead, exhaling, hinging forward at the hips. Bring the hands onto the thighs. Keep the spine straight. Press into the thighs for a couple breaths here to get the spine as long as it can be. And with your next exhalation, go ahead and release fully into the asana. You can bring hands to the floor, to the outer ankles as you prefer. Just allow the crown of the head to sink toward the floor, lengthening your spine, opening it, getting spaciousness in the center of your body. Silently affirm, I relax and cast aside all mental burdens. I relax and cast aside all mental burdens, especially the burden of things needing to stay the same. They don't need to stay the same. They won't stay the same. Let it go. Let's bend the knees and inhaling, circle up, stretch tall, exhaling, relax, arms down, step the feet back to Tadasana. And just relax in that freedom, that openness. Let's do standing backward bend, complementary backward bend here to open up the heart. The heart's where attachment lives. It's where love lives, where devotion lives, but it's also the home of attachment, and we can open up that area. It's so much easier to flow with life. So with the right foot forward, the left foot back a short distance. Bend the right knee out over right ankle. And let's inhaling, sweep the hands forward, up overhead, palms together. Exhale, soften the shoulders, soften the elbows, and next inhale, lift the chest. Lift open. Keep the breath flowing. Keep the back leg strong, lifting up through the spine. Feel that your whole being is angling upward, slightly forward, but up. Silently affirm, I am free. I am free. And let's inhale. Reach tall, step forward. Exhaling, relax down. Soften the shoulders. Easy asana. Very simple asana. Very subtle. It helps to give us that sense of freedom, of rising. As we do the second side of this pose, try to feel like the bird taking off from the ground. It doesn't take off level, it takes off angling upward. Let's try the other side now. Step the right foot back, left knee bent. And as you're ready, again, inhale, sweep the hands up overhead. Exhale, soften. Inhaling, lift the chest, lift the heart. Be that bird flying free. It takes strength to be free. But the bird doesn't try to control the currents in the air. It tries to understand those currents and fly with them. Silently affirm, I am free. I am free. And let's inhale. Reach up, step forward. Exhaling, relax arms down. Let the shoulders soften once again. Let's keep that sense of freedom all around the heart, openness. Next pose is triangle pose, Trikonasana, wonderful energizing pose. Inner flexibility is not about not having energy. It's about being in charge of your energy. Let's turn the left leg out 90 degrees. Right leg rotates in, arms out to the sides. Let's inhale, reach left, stretching long. Exhaling, left hand floats down to left leg. Right arm comes up to vertical. Chest rotates open, belly rotates open. You can keep your gaze straight ahead or turn your gaze up past the upraised right arm. But put your concentration not where your gaze is going, but in your spine. Just feel your spine being charged with energy. Every body cell charged with prana. Silently affirming, energy and joy flood my body cells. Joy descends to me. Energy and joy flood my body cells. Joy descends to me. All right, let's bend the left knee. Inhaling, reach the right arm up, toes forward, stretch open. Exhale. Relax down, close the eyes in this wide stance Tadasana. Let the body come to full stop. A pose like this charges the spine with energy. Feel that you're charging your center with energy so you can stay, as Yogananda used to say, unshaken amidst the crash of breaking worlds. To the other side, right foot turns out, left leg turns in. Now let's inhale, reach to the right, stretching open. Exhaling, right hand floats down, left arm floats up. Turn your gaze up if you like, or straight ahead, your choice. But open up the body toward that upward direction. Feel like you're receiving great amounts of energy pouring into your body. Mentally repeat, energy and joy flood my body cells. joy descends to me. And let's bend the right knee, inhaling and reaching up. Toes forward, exhaling. Let's step back to Tadasana. Let the body relax. Lift the gaze. And we talk about the point between the eyebrows as the willpower center. That doesn't mean that we ignore that center when we're talking in terms of inner flexibility. Think of it like your compass. Like the heart is letting go of attachment, your compass, your spiritual eyes guiding you forward. Let's come down to the floor now, sitting. You may wish to sit on a cushion or folded blanket for Baddha Konasana, bound angle pose. It's a wonderful asana for opening up the inner hip joints, this whole lower region of the pelvis where we tend to hold our security issues. Bring the soles of the feet together. Okay, you may want to have the hands on the ankles if you can't quite reach further forward than that comfortably, but if you can, then go ahead and hold the toe end of the foot. And let's just sit for a few breaths here with a straight spine. So lift the chest. Lift your gaze behind closed eyelids. No need to see anything here. Just lift it. One more inhalation. Let's lengthen the whole body. Keep the length as you exhale forward and keep a straight spine. As far as you can go without losing the straight spine. Just a couple more breaths here. Put your concentration, however, in that pelvic region, opening up, letting go. One last breath with a straight spine. And then go ahead and relax fully forward. Wherever your body comes comfortably in the asana. But keep your concentration in that lower abdominal and hip region. So let go there. Silently affirm, secure in myself, I accept whatever is. Secure in myself, I accept whatever is. One more breath. With your next inhalation, let's come back to upright. And just relax into a comfortable cross-legged position between asanas. A straight spine, palms turned upward in your lap. Let's do Janusharasana, head to knee pose. Okay, straighten both legs out. Let's get some openness once again through the inner thighs. And then bring your right foot into the inner left thigh. Sitting up tall. Again, on a cushion if you like, as I'm doing, but not if you don't need it. And let's inhale. Reach tall, stretch long. Turn to the left leg. Exhale out over the left leg with a straight spine. Just let the hands come where they will. Straight spine for a couple breaths here. Long spine. With your next exhalation, go ahead and relax all the way down. Let the hands come wherever they want to come. If they come out around the foot, by all means, just hold on to the foot. Otherwise, just rest them on the leg or on the floor beside the leg. The important thing is being comfortable, being able to open up in the asana, but even more important, to being able to touch the state of consciousness that this asana helps to direct you toward. And the affirmation for this asana is a wonderful pointer in that direction. Silently affirm left and right and all around. Life's harmonies are mine. Left and right and all around. Life's harmonies are mine. And let's release. Walk the hands back in. Inhaling and reaching up tall. Stretching spine long. Exhaling, come back to comfortable cross-legged position. And just let yourself come totally back to full stop in your center. When we act, we move out from the center. When we finish acting, we come back to it. But never losing the center as a reference point, even in the midst of activity. Let's do the other side. You can just leave the left leg where it is and straighten out the right. And once again, inhale, reach tall. Turn to the right leg. Exhaling, come forward with a straight spine. Back of the neck is long. And just a couple breaths here, getting as much length as you can. And then with your next exhalation, let the body soften. Let the spine round as is appropriate for your spine. Silently affirm over and over, left and right and all around. Life's harmonies are mine. Left and right and all around. Life's harmonies are mine. And let's release. Walk the hands in. Come back to upright. Inhaling, stretch tall. Exhaling, relaxing arms down. And come back to cross-legged. Body soft. Spine straight. Let's come onto the front side of the body now for Bhujangasana, Cobra pose. Hands by the sides of the chest, legs lengthening back behind. Use just the strength of your back muscles as you inhale and press the pubis into the floor and lift up, lifting chest, head. Come as far as you can using just the back muscles. And then bring the arms into play. Press yourself up a little further, perhaps quite a bit further if it's safe for your spine. Lift the gaze, lift the chest. Keep the back of the neck long, even though it's arched back a bit. Just press the legs into the floor to lift the body, opening up. Silently affirm, I rise joyfully to meet each new opportunity. I rise joyfully to meet each new opportunity. That's the attitude for the person who can live with change, who can adapt. Let's exhale, relax back down fully onto the floor, arms by your sides. Turn the head to one side. Just pause for a moment here. And then roll over onto the back side of the body for supine twist, Jatara Parivartanasana. So Bhadra is not going to mirror you on this one. It'll be easier for you to follow if he does not. Wonderful pose for opening up the flow of energy in the spine. Let's bend the left knee, slide the foot in toward you and press into the floor and lift the hips, shift them to your left, coming onto the right buttock. Then bring the left foot onto the right thigh. Left arm out to the side, right hand to left knee. Let's inhale. Exhale, rolling on the right hip over to the side, turning your gaze over left shoulder. It's allowing gravity to give you a twist. This is not a pose that takes a lot of effort, except the effort of concentration and the effort of relaxation. Relax into the twist. Let the left shoulder blade relaxedly stay to the floor. Silently affirm, I open to the flow of God's life within me. I open to the flow of God's life within me. And let's inhale, lengthen, exhale, release. Shift the hips back to center. Stretch both legs straight out to the floor. Arms down by your sides. Just pause for a couple breaths here between sides. Just a delicious opening of the spine so more energy can flow through that center of yours and especially up to the brain. Let's do the second side now. Bend the right knee and slide the foot in. Shift your hips over to your right. So you come on to the left buttock, right foot onto left thigh. Right arm out to the side, left hand to right knee. Let's inhale. Exhale, rolling on the left hip, over to the side. Turn your gaze out over right shoulder. Again, just let gravity take you. Open the spine. Just work with it with your mind. Silently affirm, I open to the flow of God's life within me. I open to the flow of God's life within me. And let's inhale, lengthen. Exhale, rotate back to center. Shift the hips back to center. Just lie in Shavasana briefly. The body completely untwists. Now let's prepare for shoulder stand. If you've never done shoulder stand before, please watch our online instructional video. Don't make this your first time. Rather, Badri will do shoulder stand, and I'll do downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana, and you can do that along with me. But if you know the pose and promise not to turn your head to look at the screen, go ahead and do shoulder stand. Badra is using a couple blankets under his shoulders to protect his cervical spine. So lift the legs up and then bring them over. Lift the hips up. Bring the hands to the back and walk the hands up toward the shoulder blades. Keep lengthening up through the entire body. If you want to do downward facing dog with me, turn the toes under. And let's inhale, long spine. Exhale, pressing back and up. Keep the knees as bent as you need to in order to have a straight spine. If you're in shoulder stand, keep lengthening up, pressing the backs of the arms and shoulders and head into the floor, lengthening up through the legs, silently affirming, God's peace now floods my being. God's peace now floods my being. And gracefully, under control, soften out of the asana, back down to the floor. Stay down for a moment in either case, either in child pose or in corpse pose, depending on which asana you just finished. And if you did Sarvangasana, go ahead and take the blankets out from underneath you. And in either case, then lie on the back side of the body. Let's do a brief complementary opening fish pose, Matsyasana. Bring the palms underneath the buttocks, palms down, elbows in close, and inhaling, reach up with the chest, opening upward, pressing elbows and sit bones into the floor. Just rising, expanding up into Matsyasana. Feel like you're radiating your consciousness, expanding in all directions from your center, never losing that sense of your center. Silently affirm, my soul floats on waves of cosmic light. And in your next exhalation, relax down into Shavasana, corpse pose. Just be here for a few breaths, allowing the body to soften completely. Soften away from effort, from all striving, and just like you're softening into your center, a place of such strength. Strength to adapt, the strength to take whatever comes your way. As Paramahansa Yogananda used to say, whatever comes of itself, let it come. You can work with it. You can change it if you need to change it, or you can change yourself if that's what needs to happen. Just relax into stillness. Now let's prepare to come upright once again. Slowly bring the knees up. Wrap your arms around them. Roll left and right across your spine a few times. And over onto your right side or left side as you feel. And let's press back to an upright sitting position. Straight spine. Cross-legged on the floor or in a chair as you prefer. Let's return to that ujjayi breathing that we were doing earlier. Just easy breathing with that gentle ocean roar sound. All the breathing through the nose. And let the torso do the work of the breath. Close the eyes, lift the gaze if you haven't already to the point between the eyebrows, and just let the breath proceed easily through you. Just using Ujjayi to affirm your center, that strength there. That your entire life revolves around that center where you stay. Whether in physical activity or mental activity, always keeping that sense of strength inside, balance. Never overcommitted to one direction or another in your life. Just flowing as you need to. Now visualize yourself like a river, just flowing with that gentle sound of Ujjayi, just flowing irresistibly toward the sea. What does a river do when it meets a boulder or even a mountain? It goes around it. It'll get to the sea. So it is with us in our lives. When we meet that immovable obstacle, that change that we can't do anything about, we accept that it's there and find a new course. We'll still get where we're going. We're just as strong as we were. In fact, stronger. Because we've shown ourselves that we can let go of attachment to the direction we were going in, to the things that were happening in our lives. And we can allow the new and the better to come into our lives. This is inner flexibility. Come what may, be strong in yourself. Now prepare the mind to come back to your outward awareness. You can stop doing ujjayi breath. Just let go of the breath. And as you're ready, open the eyes once again. As you prepare to go back into outward activity, remember Paramahansa Yogananda's words. What comes of itself, let it come. It's a key to inner flexibility, which is a key to freedom. Joy to you.